welcome back to The Explainer. Today, we're diving straight into a story from the ancient Mahabharata that is just wild. We're talking absolute power, a message from a ghost, and a high-stakes choice that could literally trigger the end of the world. It's called the ultimate sacrifice. So let's just get right into it. So picture this. King Yudhishthira is chatting with the great sage Narada. Now, Narada is this cosmic traveler who has literally seen the realms of the gods. And Yudhishthira notices a massive, glaring anomaly in his stories. While all the different celestial courts are absolutely packed with gods, demons, spirits, and ancient kings, the most prestigious court of the entire cosmos, the court of Indra, the king of the gods, has exactly one mortal human sitting in it. Just one. Imagine exploring the entire universe and finding a single human who actually made it to the absolute top tier of paradise. Yudhishthira is instantly hooked, and honestly, so are we. Now, to really grasp why this is so bizarre, we have to talk about what a sabha actually is. It's essentially a celestial court or a grand assembly hall. Yudhishthira points out that the sabha of Yama, the god of death, is overflowing with almost all the monarchs who ever ruled the earth. The sabha of Varuna, the water god, is completely packed with nagas, daityas, rivers, you name it. The grandsire sabha has all the great rishis. They are crowded, bustling, cosmic arenas. But Indra sabha? Yeah, it is highly, highly exclusive. And that brings us to our anomaly, the royal rishi Harishchandra. Yudhishthira asks Narada a very blunt question. He basically says, look, what extraordinary act or what insanely extreme ascetic penance did this specific king perform to get elevated to a status equal to Indra himself? Out of all the incredibly powerful emperors and pious men in all of human history, why is Harishchandra the only one kicking back in Indra's personal VIP lounge? I mean, Yudhishthira is a king himself, so you can totally see why he's taking notes here. He wants the secret to ultimate cosmic success. Well, Narada doesn't sugarcoat it. He hands Yudhishthira the exact blueprint for greatness that Harishchandra followed. And let me tell you, it is not for the faint of heart. Step 1. Subjugate the entire earth. Harishchandra didn't just rule a local kingdom. He brought the whole earth and her 7 islands under his thumb through sheer prowess. Step 2. Perform the grand Rajasuya sacrifice. This is the ultimate declaration of universal sovereignty, where literally all other kings have to bring you tribute. And step 3, distribute just unbelievable amounts of wealth, food, and jewels to the brahmanas and guests. It's this massive, overwhelming display of absolute geopolitical dominance combined with totally unmatched generosity. But wait, here's the detail about that generosity that absolutely blows my mind. Harishchandra didn't just pay what was expected of him. The text specifically notes that he gave away wealth that was 5 times what each person had actually asked for. Imagine someone asking you for $1,000 to fund their project, and you happily just hand them $5,000. Now multiply that by everyone across an entire global empire. It was this unprecedented scale of charity, right on the heels of total global conquest, that made Harishchandra shine brighter than thousands of other kings and lock down his spot in Indra's sabha. Now, Narada clarifies that Harishchandra didn't just find some random cosmic loophole. There are actually established universal rules for attaining this kind of ultimate celestial joy. Narada basically lays out the 3 specific paths that any king can take to reach Indra's company. So, a king has 3 incredibly intense options. First, perform the great Rajasuya sacrifice, asserting universal sovereignty just like Harishchandra did. Second, yield up your life on the battlefield without ever once turning your back to the enemy. Or third, yield up your body after enduring incredibly severe ascetic penances. We're talking the absolute extremes of human endeavor here: total victory, ultimate martial sacrifice, or complete spiritual deprivation. But for our story today, we really need to focus on that first path, the Rajasuya sacrifice. Because for Yudhishthira, this whole thing is about to get intensely personal. See, this isn't just Narada giving a casual history lesson. There is a massive emotional catalyst behind this entire conversation. Narada drops a stunning twist on Yudhishthira. During his cosmic travels, Narada actually visited the region of the Pitris, that's the realm of the ancestors, and he ran into Yudhishthira's deceased father, the exalted King Pandu. Suddenly, this grand geopolitical strategy session turns into a deeply personal message delivered from beyond the grave. Narada delivers this exact, incredibly powerful plea from Pandu directly to Yudhishthira. He says, quote, "Accomplish then, O son of Pandu, the desires of thy father." Just sit with the weight of that for a second. You're a king, you're just trying to maintain peace in your realm, and a celestial sage drops out of the sky to tell you that your dead father has a cosmic favor to ask. This completely anchors the massive worldly power play of the Rajasuya sacrifice into a profound, inescapable duty to family. And what exactly does Pandu want? Well, he wants a ticket to heaven. Pandu saw the incredible fortune of Harishchandra and realized, hey, he too could live in continuous joy in Indra Sabha. But since Pandu is dead, he obviously can't subjugate the earth himself. He needs his son to do it for him. Pandu begs Yudhishthira to conquer the earth and perform the Rajasuya, stating that if Yudhishthira pulls this off, both he and Pandu's deceased ancestors will be elevated to the realm of the immortals. Basically, Yudhishthira is holding the literal keys to his father's eternal salvation. But, and this is a massive, massive but, Narada doesn't just deliver this message and peace out. He issues a genuinely apocalyptic warning. He makes it crystal clear that performing the Rajasuya sacrifice isn't just a straightforward checklist. It's not just about having enough money or a big enough army. It is an undertaking fraught with unimaginable danger that literally threatens the fabric of reality itself. To really understand the danger, Narada introduces these entities called the Brahma Rakshasas. And these aren't your run-of-the-mill monsters. They are a highly specific class of supernatural beings whose entire cosmic job description is to obstruct sacrifices. They constantly stalk anyone attempting a ritual of this magnitude, obsessively searching for the tiniest loophole, the smallest mistake in the rituals, or even just the slightest hint of arrogance in the king. And if they find a flaw, they exploit it ruthlessly. If they find even a tiny loophole, it triggers an absolute nightmare scenario. First, fierce obstacles just start popping up out of nowhere. Second, a massive war could break out that would completely wipe out the Kshatriyas, the entire warrior class of the world. And third, and this is the big one, a slight misstep could provide the occasion for the ruin of the whole earth. One mistake, one tiny error in a massive, months-long ritual, and it's not just a failed ceremony. We're talking about a global extinction event. So put yourself in Yudhishthira's shoes for a second and truly appreciate the impossible dilemma he's looking at right now. On one side of the scale, you've got absolute earthly sovereignty, unmatched historical glory, and most importantly, securing your father's entry into the highest heaven. But on the other side, you have the terrifying threat of the Brahma Rakshasas, the annihilation of the entire warrior class, and the literal ruin of the whole earth. It is the ultimate high-stakes gamble. Before heading out to his own city, Narada leaves Yudhishthira with this incredibly chilling final piece of advice. He says, a slight obstacle may involve the whole earth in ruin. Reflecting upon all this, O King of Kings, do what is for thy good. He's basically saying, be watchful, protect your people, grow your wealth, but ultimately, the choice is yours. Narada drops this unbelievable world-ending burden squarely onto Yudhishthira's shoulders and just walks away, leaving the king and his brothers sitting there in stunned silence. Which leaves us staring down the ultimate impossible question. Will Yudhishthira risk the destruction of the entire world just to honor his father's ghost? Does the duty of a son to save his father's soul outweigh the duty of a king to protect the earth from absolute ruin? It's a brilliant, terrifying setup that really forces us to ask what we would do in the face of such absolute power and absolute peril. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Keep learning, keep questioning, and I'll catch you next time as we continue unpacking the most fascinating stories ever told.